Welcome everyone to our meeting for the May the 5th, 2020 at 6 o'clock. At this time, we are called on Mr. Michael Whittington for the invocation, and then we will have the pledge being led by Travis Beard.
Pray with me. Lord, for your unending mercy and grace, we give you thanks. We ask for special blessings on all the people that have suffered during this pandemic, both personal and professional. We ask that you give them your peace. Please be with this administration, this council, as we go about the business of the city. Give us the courage and the strength to make good decisions. In your name we pray. Amen.
We face the flag, please. Attention, salute, flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We will now call the meeting to order, and we will call on our Vice President, Mr. Mike Bryan, to confirm and amend the agenda and the agenda order.
Madam President, I move to confirm the agenda and agenda order as presented.
Second.
Moved by Mike Bryan and seconded by Michael Whittington that we would confirm and amend the agenda and the agenda order. All in favor? Opposed? Nay. We will now go to proclamations, recognitions, and reports agendas. I think we have two proclamations for tonight: Nurses Month and Police Month. Mayor, are you going to do those?
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Normally would call a representative of a department head or someone up to accept the proclamation. Because of COVID-19 and the way we're doing the meeting, I will not do that. But at this time, I do have two proclamations to issue on behalf of the council, the administration, and the city of Tupelo. The first is the Nurses Month proclamation. Whereas registered nurses in the United States constitute our nation's largest healthcare profession, and the depth and breadth of the registered nursing profession meets the different and emerging healthcare needs of the American population in a wide range of settings, and the American Nurses Association, as a voice for registered nurses in this country, is working to chart a new course for a healthy nation that relies on increasing access to primary and preventative care. Whereas the demand for registered nursing services will be greater than ever because of the aging American population, the continuing expansion of life-sustaining technologies, and the explosive growth of home health care services, and more qualified registered nurses are needed in the future to meet the increasingly complex needs of healthcare services. Whereas the cost-effective, safe, and high-quality healthcare services provided by registered nurses will be an increasingly important component of the United States healthcare delivery system in the future. Therefore, on behalf of the city of Tupelo, do hereby proclaim May as Nurses Month in Tupelo, Mississippi, and encourage all citizens to join me in honoring the registered nurses who care for all of us, not just during this month, but every month throughout the year. Set forth this the 5th day of May, 2020. I want to thank all of our nurses, especially during COVID-19, for the life-saving measures that they perform daily. The second proclamation, President Davis, is the proclamation for Police Week. Therefore, on behalf of the council, administration, city of Tupelo, it's my honor and privilege to issue the following proclamation for Police Week. Whereas the members of law enforcement agency of the city of Tupelo play an essential role in safeguarding the rights and freedoms of Tupelo, and it is important that all citizens know and understand the duties, responsibilities, hazards, and sacrifices of their law enforcement agency. Whereas the men and women of the law enforcement agency of Tupelo unceasingly provide a vital public service. Therefore, on behalf of the city of Tupelo, I call upon all citizens of Tupelo and upon all patriotic, civic, and educational organizations to observe the week of May 10th through 16, 2020 as Police Week, with appropriate ceremonies and observances in which all of our people may join in commemorating law enforcement officers past and present who by their faithful and loyal devotion to their responsibilities have rendered a dedicated service to their communities and in doing so have established for themselves an enviable and enduring reputation for preserving the rights and security of all citizens. Further, call upon all citizens of the city of Tupelo to observe Saturday, May 16th as Peace Officers Memorial Day in honor of those law enforcement officers who, through their courageous deeds, have made the ultimate sacrifice in service to their community or who have become disabled in performance of duty, and let us recognize and pay respect to the survivors of our fallen heroes. Signed and set forth this the 5th day of May 2020. And again, I want to thank our police officers. I know Chief Aguirre is on Zoom, and also take the opportunity to again reflect upon the loss of Sergeant Gail Stauffer, the injuries to Joseph Marr back in December of 2013, and all of the officers that perform so bravely for us each and every day. Thank you, President Davis.
Thank you, Mayor. We will now go to recognize the Girl Boy Scouts, and I don't think we have any here tonight. Employee recognition.
There are none.
Public recognition. Starting with Mr. Jennings.
Yes, I would just like to encourage all of our citizens in the city of Tupelo to take COVID-19 serious and wear your mask distance, because it's not over. And I just want to encourage everyone to consider other people other than yourself, because people are still dying and still catching the virus. So I just want to encourage everyone to wear the mask when they're out and about, before we can get back on track. Thank you.
Mike, Track, Lynn. Okay. We will now go to Mayor's remarks.
Thank you, President Davis. I'll be brief. Would echo what Mr. Jennings said about COVID-19. Today was the deadliest day thus far for the state of Mississippi as far as deaths from COVID-19. The numbers are not necessarily rising every single day, but they continue to go back and forth, as high as over 300 cases per day to in the 180s or something like that. But it's still, if you look at kind of the chart, still significant growth in the number of cases and number of deaths. And would echo Councilman Jennings' remarks and just remind everybody to remain vigilant, that under the President's calls to reopen the economy, under the Governor's executive orders, under the actions that we will take here locally, the businesses will continue to open. That does not mean that it's any safer today than it was yesterday or 2 weeks ago. The COVID-19 is here. We have to do our part for social distancing, that type thing, to continue to minimize the risk. So just want to ask people to continue to take this seriously, wear a mask, take protective measures, continue to wash your hands regularly, use hand sanitizer, that type thing. Want to thank the members of our Tupelo Economic Recovery Task Force, each of the 7 council members that are here with me tonight have played a vital role in creating a citizen initiative, the citizen-led Economic Recovery Task Force for the City of Tupelo, and in the true Tupelo spirit, that group of private citizens will lead the way as far as Tupelo's economic recovery. So I'm honored to be part of the effort to get the community involvement. That's, Tupelo is known for many decades for our citizen involvement, and this will be another shining example of that. In conclusion, just to remind everyone, Thursday, May 7th, is the National Day of Prayer. That is an annual observance and I'm sure he has, that is typically signed by the President of the United States. If he hasn't, I know he will sign that proclamation. We'll do a similar proclamation locally. But we will do our observation of that this Thursday, if the weather's okay, in front of City Hall at 11:30. Contrary to how we've done it in the past, the public will not be invited to the event. I'll be joined by several ministers to say brief words of prayer. We'll do that on Facebook Live at 11:30 a.m. this Thursday, May 7th. With that, I conclude the mayor's report at this time.
Thank you, Mayor. We will now close the regular meeting to open for public agenda. There are no public hearings, I don't think, tonight. Appeals, hearing none. We will now close the public agenda and open for regular session. Action agenda, there are no items. We'll go to routine agenda. And the first item, in the matter of minutes, regular meeting, April the 21st, 2020.
Make a motion, we accept the minutes.
Second.
Moved by Michael Wilson and second by Mike Grant that we would accept the minutes of April the 21st. Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed was nay. Item 3, in the matter of bill paying tonight, and bills were paid by Travis Bill, Michael Whittington, Buddy Palmer, Nettie Davis, and Tracy Dillon was preferable as we paid the bills tonight.
I move to pay the bill.
Okay, moved by Mike Ryan and second by Travis Bill that bills would be paid tonight. Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed, nay. Item 4, in the matter of advertising and promotional items, and we have several items listed which we won't go into, but could I get a motion on this be approved?
We approve the advertising and promotional items. Second.
Moved by Travis Beard and second by with the agenda that we would approve the advertising and promotional items, and there are 22 items listed in the discussion. All in favor? Opposed was nay. Item 5, in the matter of Fair Park Phase 4 underground utilities.
Make a motion, we approve.
Moved by Michael Wilson and seconded by Travis Beard that we would approve Phase 4 underground utilities. Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Nay. Item 6, and both of these items are related to Fair Park that we are making a decision on tonight. In the matter of Fair Park Phase 4 engineering contract.
I move to approve this contract.
Moved by Mike Ryan and seconded by Buddy Palmer that we would approve this contract. Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Nay. Item 7, in the matter of renaming Adder Street.
Make a motion, we approve the renaming of our street.
Second.
Moved by Michael Whitson and second by Willie Jennings that we would approve the renaming of Adder Street. Any discussion? I would just like to say that I'm happy that we are finally have arrived at making a decision on the change of the name of Adder Street to Adder B. Wales Street. And we feel that this is a very good move because it's named after a very outstanding woman, which we've had several articles in the newspaper and other discussions about. So I'm happy to see this decision being made on it, hopefully tonight. Any other discussion? All in favor? Opposed was nay. In the matter, item 8, in the matter of donation of Segway.
I make a motion that we approve this item. Second.
Moved by Mr. Willie Jennings and second by Buddy Palmer that we will approve this request. Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed was nay. Item 9, in the matter of request for approval of bid 2020-004PW, which is related to public works.
I move to approve this bid.
Second.
Moved by Michael Brown and seconded by Michael Whitaker that we would approve this bid. Do we want any comments from Chuck? Is Chuck here tonight?
Yes, sir, I'm here. This is a 12-month bid. This is our pickup bid, so we do our everyday work with. And APAC was the only bidder tonight, and that says all this stuff.
Any other discussion? All in favor? Opposed was nay. In the matter of acceptance of the airport CARES grant.
There's a big step in the airport.
CARES grant.
Second.
Moved by Travis Spears and seconded by Michael Whitson that we would accept the airport's CARES grant. Any discussion? Is someone here from the FDIC? Like, could you give us some information on this?
Well, yes, ma'am. The CARES grant is for the airport, for the sum that you see $1,055,000 to offset expenses at the airport. Still learning all the requirements and specifications of which the money can be used, how it can be used, how it can be grown. But we do know that with y'all's approval, it will proceed and be approved and awarded to the airport.
Any questions?
You said on this, we didn't have to match it tonight, right?
You say what?
We didn't have to match it tonight, right?
We didn't have to match anything that was clear, I think.
No, ma'am, there's no matching funds. On top of no matching funds for this grant, when we received the 2020 AIP grant, which this year for us is $1.3 million, the federal government is funding that at 100%. They're not requiring the 10% local match. So this grant plus the 2020 AIP grant are both 100% funded.
Thank you. All in favor? Opposed was nay. We will now close the regular session and go to study agenda, and we do not have an item. We move to executive session, and do we have any items for executive session tonight? Ben?
Yes, ma'am. We have several transactions involving real estate that we need some guidance from the council on. That is a proper matter for executive session. If we can have Ms. Kim Hanna, Ms. Lucia Randall, Don Lewis, Mayor Shelton, and Donna Gerald here for that executive session.
I move to go into executive session.
Moved by Mike Bryan and seconded by, Buddy Palmer, that we would go in executive session. All in favor? Opposed? No. Thank you for commenting. We have any visitors present, and at this time, we are prepared for executive session.